Hey guys, you're welcome to our channel. Welcome to our channel. Today we are featuring Mommy Valor. Who has been to sleep? What is it? See the way she's even looking at. What are these ones even doing like this? Whether you like it or not, we are doing the video today. We are featuring you. So keep calm, quiet. Alright. Tim is under the weather. It's not feeling fine. So bear with him as he is talking whatever way he does, because we have to record this video and just have to drag him out to do the video. So today we'll be talking about something very important that people shy away from in marriage.
Quite sensitive.
Very sensitive, and it's something that people run away from because they feel that if I say this, will it not cause this in my marriage and all of that. So we're talking about how past experiences sexually with other people have effect on marriage, or how past experiences of other sex partners has affected your sexual life with your partner and so on. So the truth is that sex before marriage is a sin. God says it's all the scripture. Throughout the scripture, you find out that God hates it, and somewhere we have been able to polish it in this our word now. That we are testing. How will you know if the person is right if you have not tested it?
And it's not microphone.
And all of those things, and we have tried to justify it, but the truth is not. The truth is a sin. But the fact is that some people have done this, like before became believers, or some people were believers and they strayed and did it, and God has forgiven them. But the fact is that experience is there. It's not there, and they will not say that they did not remember how it went with somebody. So people now go into marriage. Some people had gone away before they got born again, and have several experiences with people, and when they get married they find something different and somewhere that affects them. They cannot speak out because you're not supposed to do. You can't use that experience of something you're not supposed to do to you cannot use that to now be as a pedestal to talk with your partner or something. It's just not free. People are not just free to talk about these things, but the truth is that it affects you. So you think about this, you are having sex with somebody, you think about this, this is how I did with this person, this is how I did with this person, and all of those things. So there's no way it's going to affect. So we'll be talking about this today and sharing some truth as it comes. So, Tim, I'm interviewing you as the
let me raise my head like this.
as the brother that I have experienced in those days. So okay, let me give a background story. So I was listening to Jackie Hill Perry, and the Perrys, they have a podcast. There's people that I really admire, and they have an amazing marriage and all. They have a podcast and a vlog. So I was listening to their podcast where they were discussing this same issue because his wife, Jackie Hill Perry, used to be a lesbian before she got born again and became a minister and became what they call it. I don't want to say normal because saying that would be like
straight.
Yeah, became straight. So the fact is that even though she became straight, she had to have lots of there's a lot of processes that had to go on and all of those things. So people usually ask the husband, how did you feel, and how was it for you people coming to that point to marry somebody who used to be gay that is now straight. So we were listening to it in the car when we were driving to work. I remember Tim was like, this is a big deal. It happened to me too when I just got married. I was like, okay, so there's something that happened to you and I did not know. So I said, okay, let's bring it to the vlog and let's hear about it. So how was it for you? What?
Okay, so in my context, it was not about sexual orientation actually.
Of course,
it was the aspect where I guess. So I want to explain.
Yeah, I understand.
It was where Preston Perry said that he had to deal with his sexual life before getting married. He had to deal with now getting married to one woman and sticking to her for the rest of his life. That's a transition from the numerous people
you had slept
said
with.
he had to deal with it before getting married. That was when I said, me too, I dealt with it. I dealt with it too. And, you know, for a person that has had multiple sexual partners before getting married, now getting married, it's a transition that people really pay attention to. I don't know, maybe for cultural issues or for insecurity issues. But I have to deal with it. I have to, aside giving your life to Christ and understand that this is a sin, there's a part of your conditioning, the conditioning of your mind, the readiness to, the sincerity, to tell yourself the truth.
Sure.
So you have to come to a point of truth that, guy, are you sure? No, this is not my, but I want to get married. Let's see how it goes. No. If you're a
That's
child of God,
deliberate.
if you're a child of God and you're a person like me, you must be sincere with yourself. So there were times where I had to. So there was that season of transition. It was a wide season. It was not even a point where I had not met the person I want to marry. It was not at the point of asking you out. No, it was long before then. Before, okay, now I want to be serious. I want to get married. I need to find a wife. Sure, you get. These are the experiences I've had. Tim, can you do this? Are you ready for this? So there was that season. And the truth is that it is natural for man, I mean human, not man or woman, human, a human being to compare. It is very natural. I mean, I'm talking about in marriage now.
Yeah.
You compare. I mean, I've said in this blog before that in dealing with that, communication is what works, and the readiness to talk about it. So that has been my own journey and how I've been able to deal with it.
Okay. So you said that you came to a point where you have to truth to yourself. Like you are born again. You know that you know the truth and all of these things, but somewhere there you know that your soul has been exposed to this thing and it's not going to leave.
Say soul.
Yeah, yes, now.
I get, yes, now.
You can't leave it immediately. You can't.
It's not
something
automatic.
When we became born again, our spirits had that automatic this thing, but your soul still has some journey to walk and all of that. And this is part of it. Some of the things that you have done before. You cannot just have had other partners and have explored with them. Are you getting to marry to somebody? Okay, I'm going to the next question. So that's the you must come and sit down and ask yourself, am I ready for this?
Yes.
Am I ready for this?
And you must be sincere, like
truthful
to yourself.
And at that point of truthfulness that you now ask, if I can't get it true to myself, can I get somebody involved? Can I speak to a therapist? Can I talk to a pastor on something? No, you don't just leave it.
Yeah, at that point in time, I spoke to someone. I spoke to Williams.
Okay.
I spoke to Williams then. So my talking to Williams is not about I can't deal with these things. Really, this is what I'm doing, and I'm trying to get over this. I think I can do it. Then we had conversations around it and stuff like that. So more like Williams has always been my accountability person. So So that was a journey for me. It was not exactly so smooth. Neither was this really fast. It took a few months.
That's cool. So
So it's not automatic. So now I think that's the problem people make, mistake people make. Now once I give my life to and I want to marry, let me just decide and just go. I don't think. Of course, so many of us have done it, and but I don't think it's that simple. One needs to be really,
deliberate.
Deliberateness. If you truly, really, really don't want to cheat or commit adultery, I mean, how do you do it? You don't just wake up one day and just make it.
Yeah.
You have to walk. You have to walk it. You have to walk the journey.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask that. Okay, you marrying, you have explored and all of that. Years now. So you now got married to somebody who. I used to say I'm not. You say I'm not prudish.
Yeah, no, you're not prudish.
It's not that I'm 100% pure. Like as if it's not that I've not done some
explored, but you've not really had intercourse
and all of those things.
Sexually explored.
Yeah. So, was it when we got married? Was there any point where you had that? Your head was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, tell me what you had that.
Okay, like what is this? Ah, she's not trying enough.
Yeah, or something like, oh God, I remember this person. I did this and all of those things.
To be truthful, yes. Yes. We've had this conversation before now.
Yeah.
Yes. At different points.
See, you're on the vlog. Don't cry. Okay. Okay.
At different points, yes. At different
Okay.
points. So, but in my own context, which is from a place of, it's not how do I put it? It's natural. It's very involuntary. So no, but it was not during. It was never during intercourse. No, it was me just relaxing, thinking about sex, thinking about you, and I remember that and we could try this. So, she go no. Let me not push Tolu through that. Let me not push Tolu down that road for now. We've not gotten to that.
To that part.
To that part yet. She gets. Of course, that is coming from a place of I've done this before. Why can't we do it? Some other times too, when we have difficulty in some areas, and I'm like, okay, let's try this other thing that I know I've tried before. That makes sense, something like that.
Okay.
And then sorry guys, I have sore throat. So when I'm swallowing, I have this pain. If you see me squeeze my face.
Okay.
So I know we had issues with penetration sometimes. Issues like that. So there are those times where I was like, okay, can't you try this thing? But many times it's from, okay, I've done this. This person used to like this.
Yeah, I feel that you may like it.
Like it.
Yeah.
You get and stuff like that. So
I get.
it happens. I must be sincere.
True. So what made you go? What was it that did not make you? Because these are things that people would do. And they will look for somebody outside. They'll call their former sexual partner, and when they say these things out, it's almost justifiable. That
it baffles me, Sha, how people justify things like that.
So how did you get through it? Like, if for people who may be struggling, because some people may actually be struggling and we still eventually struggle. How did you encourage yourself in the Lord?
What should they? Oh
my goodness. Mike, just hold the mic.
Yeah.
So how did you go through? Let me bring out this. How did you go through those periods? Did you have to? Oh God, why did you give me this kind of person? Oh, if I had known, I would have married Sister Cynthia and all of those things.
Okay. Okay. So why Tolu goes to get Valos stuff? So you asked me how I was able to handle it, Abi?
Yeah. How do you handle the fact that everything is different?
Yeah. So actually, I had handled that at the point of getting married. Actually,
okay.
I had decided that okay, I'm getting married, and I know at the point of asking you out, we had conversations, Abi.
Yeah.
And we had the 3 months relationship before getting married. Those period, I had understood your sexual orientation. We had conversations, so I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew already.
What was my sexual orientation?
You had not had sex before.
Okay.
Of course, you had sexual experience and all this romance and whatever. So I knew that you had told me some things already. So I had known that now she doesn't have the experience. So I may have to go through a lot of unlearning
portfolio
and relearning. So you get
okay.
So there was no surprise. So there was no form of regret.
Okay.
When something did not meet you by surprise.
No. Sometimes where.
But how I.
Okay.
But how I handled it is that I come to understand that in fact, no matter how much experience you have, every new person you meet, every new girl you meet, it's not the same as the last girl you were with. So no matter your experience, you will still learn her chemistry. So that's how I dealt with it. I realized that I had to learn too, and stuff like that. And then the truth is, for me, marriage is we all know, marriage is compromises upon compromises. So that's how I dealt. So the issue of adultery or going out was not in the equation. It was not even the corridor or the vicinity of what was possible. What was an option was trying things out.
Okay.
Going back to the archive, if I must use that word, going back to the archive and trying to, I've noticed I was always bringing up stuff.
Yeah.
Most of it should not work.
Very annoying thing, like
Yeah.
like God, I don't want to keep myself. I don't want to say. Oh
It
my
is you
God.
now, it's not you. It's you. We will get there, really. But
Yeah.
those things were early. So try different sexual positions. They call some doggy, scissors.
Thank you very much.
Uh,
And everything now, I don't know what all those things are.
Cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, and blah blah blah.
So,
So
well.
what was the option was trying different things out and seeing what works.
okay, I remember that when I was speaking with Ebuka. Okay, sorry, this is becoming like interview kind of thing. You can ask me a question when I'm
I'm
talking.
going to ask you. See,
So
I'm going to ask you.
please
I'm going to ask you.
don't cast me, please. Don't cast
I'm
me.
going to ask you a question.
So I remember when I was speaking with when we were talking with Ebuka, and we were talking about and Ebuka was like, since he got pregnant, you guys have not had sex, blah 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 blah. How is Tim coping and all? And Tim was not like, it's not easy. I'm seeing different girls that Tim used to say this, somebody's shaking bum, always saying that shaking bum in front of me and all of that, and it's not easy and all of those things. So we know that we live in a world where we live in a world where most ladies that are omowobe, they are even attracted to
Married men.
married men.
And some guys too are always attracted to married women.
So how in those times we have said the experience of me not being like doing all of those things you are introduced and do that. But this is another season where there was nothing at all going on and
Compounded temptation.
and the temptation was compounded. So how do you get through that? How do you get through that? And what was it that was? Because there are some people who go through go to genuine problems where the partner, sometimes the partner is deliberately not giving themselves, or sometimes something just happen.
Yeah,
and for somebody who has a sexually active, how?
For a person that was once very sexually active and now is married to someone that is not very sexually active and now again not having sex at all because of pregnancy, it was not a good place to be. I remember calling Williams one day that, really, oh boy, this thing hard.
Really?
I called Williams. I was even driving home that day. I said, really, this thing hard though. Check, guy, I never knock. Oh. Was on a team. He was not saying that, oh boy, saying me, I can't do this thing. If she should get pregnant, oh my, will knock. I'm like, guys, see, stop saying that thing. See, you may not be able to knock anything. No.
Williams is a disloyal person. So is that Williams did not tell me?
How will he tell you? So we had a conversation. So I'm not sure I mentioned it in other videos that we made, that it was not as if it was that automatic that I just closed my eye and just move. It's not true. It was really difficult. It was difficult, but there was much more. There was more at hand. Do you get? There was more things to do. There were more
issues.
There were more issues on ground. Do you get? That covered up. So
issues like what?
I was working more. Your sickness was there. You were getting ill every day. Blah blah blah, and there was work. So basically, what I now did was that I was deliberate. I took it out of my mind. Because it doesn't mean that the erections will not come. Erections will come. Once I look at it like this.
God, you have to look down. What? God.
So when it comes, I ignore it. And then notice most times I come to call you at night.
Okay, that's like I said. You wanted to give.
Yes,
yeah.
So what I do is I call you at night.
Me, I don't like, and I don't like Kodu. Even when I was pregnant, I was very.
I don't even care if you like it or not. That was my way of dealing with it.
But I think, for me, towards the end, I became very sensitive. This guy is shy. Let me pity him.
Towards the end. So then I started working so much. These are
the things that have put into trouble and I sit like this.
I broke down a few days ago. So I started working heavily. That period too, work compounded at work. So I started working. So it was deliberate. I was deliberately putting myself amidst work, meetings, and occupying my mind. And I was reading a lot more. So although those are the things I do normally too, but I just intensified. And then truth, I'll not let you. Those are the times you will start seeing fine girls. with hips. It's, not big bum bum, but concise bum bum. So
why will
those
you
are the normal
say
things, but
it's big bum? What is there to say?
no, I'm saying that not big bum bum. I said concised.
Okay.
Big bum bum does not. I hate it. It's when it's too big. It's just big anyhow. It's like improper fraction. No, it should be concised. So you get so. Those are the times you say all those things, but I mean, it changes nothing. Like you see it, you maybe admire if you have to, and you turn your face and go about your business. So it's not more than that. But really, it was more of deliberateness. I was very deliberate about it.
So there's really no reason why anyone should say this. I have this excuse.
Yeah, I don't think there's an excuse for. In fact, it's foolishness to think there'll be an excuse for cheating. So, of course, there can be enablers, there can be pointers, there can be
True.
catalysts.
True.
Yes, but there are no excuses. We might be able to say, oh yeah, this is why he did it. I mean, but it's still wrong.
It's still wrong. It's still wrong.
And that may help us forgive faster, but it's not a reason to do it.
True.
You must always protect. I was always protecting my environment.
Space.
I was always protecting my space. I was not entertaining female visitors alone in the office and stuff. I've always had that boundary. I've always had the boundary. But at that time, I was more sensitive. Because before then, you were around in the office, so I let my guard down because you're always around. In fact, when they come around and they see you, everybody knows their boundary. But that period was a little more distant. So I'm always calling Shola to meet with people, taking Shola out, So that's just
there was deliberateness on your part.
Serious deliberateness, and I was talking to people. I mean, Williams in particular.
Yeah, Williams our counselor.
So because sex is a big deal. It's a big deal. Me, I love sex.
Yeah, we know that.
So
before we got married, I told him that I'm not sure that my sexual drive will match with yours. I've not had the experience, but I know that because when people say I have sexual drive, what do you call it? Sexual congeal.
Yeah, I have congeal.
I've never experienced people that are working with rabbits. I'm sitting on my mind, I'm saying someone I feel like having sex. I've never heard it before. Never. Except maybe I watched something that is erotic and all of those things. But on my own.
That's weird though, really.
That's never happened. And I remember that I spoke with somebody about it and it was like, wow, that's bad. That's bad. And it was like, okay, we can't really say it's bad because that when you get married, let's see how it goes. And when I got married, I realized that my suspicion was actually true. You understand? Or like normally.
Well, it's true. It's only recently that we started picking things up.
Yeah, it was. And I was hoping that okay, when I get pregnant, maybe it will get high and all that, but it just went down. You understand? So I think it's very important that people talk about it. Like you said, that you were prepared for it.
Yeah.
Because if you had not known, you just get and I'm like, guy, don't disturb me. It would have been tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good that
my mom too did some work there. When she heard that you were pregnant, she said, sex will likely stop. Prepare your mind.
My mom is like MVP.
My mom is.
She's very sensitive.
My mom.
She understands the young, she understands the old.
My mom
she's very unique.
My mom is a blessing.
I'm serious. Even
she lectured me.
Wow.
On how you see she'll become cranky. You won't be having sex, so you're on the bar. But see, anything she does, ignore it. Take it like it's your unborn child that is doing it. She will annoy you. She will become very annoying. She said a lot of things, so. I knew all those things already, but her saying
it made it like there's somebody who has gone this path and telling me. So this is really true.
My mom's an MVP. She's a blessing to us.
Yeah.
So sorry guys, I'm looking really terrible.
All right. So you say you want to ask me questions?
Yes. So when we got married, then I don't know if was there at any time I was overdriving you.
No. Was there? Sure. Yeah, well, okay. I think when we just got married and the whole having pains and all of that. So I just felt that should allow me to just have a breathing space. That you were like, let's try again. I was like, for me, when it happened and I was having the pain, I just felt like just leave me alone for like 1 month. Let me just like 1 week. But immediately I was like, let's try again. Let's keep trying. Let's come. Like, why is this guy? Why does he want to kill me? You understand? But I understood that if I stopped, I have to start all over again.
And the funny thing is that time too, I wanted to stop. I was tired, but I knew that. Let me say, I thought that you have to just keep trying and trying and trying and trying. So another question for you. So are there times where you
Okay. Oh
but seriously, has there been any time at all that you had the urge that you didn't come forward? And why? I know there are times, but
there are
why?
many times.
Why? Why is it so difficult?
There's this particular time. I think I told you that story when we went to hang out last time. That I think you went to work and I didn't go to work.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know, maybe I watched them. I don't know what happened. So I had the urge. And it was around 4. Tim does not come for work until you call him and say, oh, but so you don't want to come, you want to sleep there around 7 or 8. That was when we were not working together, I guess. Or maybe we were working together.
We were not working together. Oh, yeah.
So I was just like, God, if Tim will come like this will be great. So that was around 3 o'clock or 4. So I just prayed to God. I said, God, it will be nice if this thing come out. I'll be grateful. Just do it for me.
The spongy that is worrying this one.
And honestly, I can never. That's in my that God used to answer prayer that is out of country. And next I don't had the gate open. I was like, are you kidding me? I said, maybe it's not maybe somebody else. I opened and I had his card. I was like, wow, amazing. So he came in, and ordinarily I still not have initiated it, but you initiated it, and I was like, what?
I remember it was on this couch here in the sitting room.
What sent you back home from that early that day?
If it is the same day you are talking about, because I think I remember a day I came home early because of sex.
Oh.
I came home early from work because of sex. We were not working together. I was still at Favor's building then.
Okay.
You were now coming out then. You only come out when you have shoot or something. And we had sex on this couch. It was this couch here.
Yeah, like you don't have to the explicit.
Hey, yeah, it's on this couch. It was on the couch.
So I think it's the same day. So I think God and it's
you never even wait to remove clothes, gone safe. I remember very well. If it's the same day, you know, it may not be the same day.
It was in the afternoon, So, and it was like a month or 2 months after marriage or something.
It was a month. It was December or January.
So, like you said, like, there are many times when I don't initiate because I don't know how to do it.
Well, we have had a conversation before. You have any other question for me? Eh?
I don't know where to start. So that's what I'm learning. I don't know.
So you've had experiences before too.
Yeah.
So how have you been able to cope in marriage? Are you comparing? If you are comparing, are there times you'll be like, no, this is how you should do it, not like that?
Do you know that there's one big problem I have? Just that if I say that, people will not believe. I don't remember things. I know I've done it before.
You have told me before, but I find it hard to believe.
I'm serious. I don't remember. I don't know, maybe because, and I think it's a big issue for me. That sexual part, it shuts down.
It could be psychology.
I think it is. Maybe I have to say therapist for it. Like, it just shuts down. I don't remember.
Because the funny thing is, if I ask you now, yesterday we had sex, you were doing it, what do you mean? Tell me that. I don't remember. That thing freaks me out. Like, I need to appraise our sexual life.
Maybe we are two. Maybe we are two inside or 3. Like most of them, I don't remember. But I think the first time which is normal. The first time, I was like, okay, it's different. His body is different because I've never dated anybody that is
slim,
that is frail. Okay.
Oh, frail.
Okay, thin. Let me say thin. Like thin is very thin, like tiny. So I think that's the only thing. And subsequently, my brain has just updated, and nothing else exists. So that's it for me. I don't know why it's a blessing. I don't remember things. I don't know because I started to affect me. Maybe I've forgotten the old things, but now I'm supposed to remember. I don't know. Even if I can remember places. Maybe remember how it was initiated, but I can't really remember what happened. You understand what happened in like what this and all of this. I don't remember the details. So for me, that has helped me not to compare and contrast.
Mado. I wish I had that gift. But no, I don't.
I think there's something that is making me block that psychologically. And I need to know why. Why that part of my life is usually being washed away.
You watch too.
It's true because I know that there's something there is usually a psychological issue. So I think I would take it up and be more serious about. Maybe there's something that happened when I was young or something that
It
made
could
me
just
shut
be
it down.
it could just be psychology, like this thing of sex. This sex thing that is bad. So once you do it, maybe guilt, you just block it off. And maybe you know when we were young and
Then one of the problem I had, was when before I got serious, and maybe sometimes even when I was born again, we had some temptations one a day. I and you finish and you come up with guilt and you're like, sometimes even at the point of doing it, you're like, I'm not supposed to do this, but because of emotions and all of those things, you can't get to this and you feel guilty. So it took me a while to be able to adjust. Even till now, sometimes my mind still strays. You understand? And sometimes when my mind strays like that, I just disconnect. Because women are really emotional people, and you have to be getting in with all your mind. And because this is say that the most important sexual organ is the brain. You understand? If your mind is not there, then it's nothing. So one issue that I had, most importantly at the early stage, was having to deal with guilt, having to come to that consciousness that this is not a sin, this is not bad, this is not bad. So it was difficult dealing with it and being able to say, after it I can pray. After it I don't need to go and pray for forgiveness. I don't have to cry. I don't have to go and sit in a place and all. And I wanted to use one word, but I don't want to use it. You know the word?
no. Actually don't know the word though.
It starts with G. Let me just say this. I'll tell you later. So I know that somebody is making jest of somebody else. Let me just be quiet.
Okay.
So, now in marriage, I have to adjust to that. I can have sex and pray. I can have sex and still and lead worship and do and go for prayers hours and hours, and I don't have a feeling of guilt or something. So that was something I had to.
It's true. We had to deal with it because we were having sex and just stray and everything just go. You have to stop.
Yeah. Then having to, I just had to deal with it. That this is God's will, God's now. So, as much as possible, people should. I think it's important that if you are somebody who have not had any sexual experience, you are how do I say it? You have an advantage.
Yes.
And it's great that you keep it that way.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned it before too. Our time is fast spent. I think we mentioned it before too that that is why fornication is not good. Because if you've never had another person or had an experience, your wife or your husband will be your standard.
Yeah.
Did you get? So that thing of he's not filling me up. Oh, she's not doing. Oh, she's not doing well. You won't know because nobody has filled it up before better than him. So, she's not trying. Who have you seen before? Right? So I think those are the issues. So, but however, if you have done it before, I think one thing that can help us is being open to each other.
You marry somebody you must marry someone that you are open to.
Yeah. Communicate.
That's I remember I had to ask a question. How was it with your ex? How was it with those issues? You're not going to meet the person. It's just, let's be sincere. Let's not just be pretending that everything is fine. Yeah. You're born again and life is clinical. You have to be able to say, when I did this before, this is how it is. So now I feel that you can do it better. I feel that we can do it better. There's no point pretending when you know that there's a better way.
And if that's too much to say, just mention it. I think we can do it this way. Can do it this way. If you think your wife or your husband will be too, just mention it.
Yeah. So that's why I said, like, it's quite important to, like, somebody was asking me over the weekend, what will happen if your partner changes? And I was like, that's why it's important for you to marry your friend. It's important to marry your friend. It makes your life easier, so that, because there are many things to communicate, there are many things you should that will mean something to something.
Yes.
If the person is not your friend, so you must make sure that the person you are marrying. Oh, yeah, Rio. Yeah, make sure the person that you are getting married to is your friend, and you're able to discuss every challenge and
everything
you are passing through.
Yeah, guys, thank you for joining us today.
I hope it makes sense.
Yeah.
I hope Steam's door spirit did not catch you.
Sorry, see my door is today. Don't worry, our next video is going to be. I'm going to be on my A game.
Guys, don't forget to send your questions. Don't forget to send, like, we want to know what you want to hear about, so I will talk about them. so I will not just talk about things that are not relevant to you.
To you, yeah.
Send your questions, comments below, or send your questions to therealdays@gmail.com. We'll be waiting for you.
Take care of yourself. Enjoy your week.
Bye.
Bye bye.